Let's get to the story now. Bola Tinubu, the president-elect, said that he is ready for the task ahead in fulfilling his renewed hope promised to Nigerians. He said this after an overwhelming welcome for him at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja. Olawakon has more on this.
Cars driving in and a crowd of APC supporters walking into the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport to receive President-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu after a 35-day vacation to France. His plane touched down and it was a rousing welcome for the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He was accompanied by his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and they were received by Vice President-elect, Speaker of the House of Representatives, some members of the National Assembly, and party chieftains. As he leaves the airport, over 100 cars joined the convoy through to his Asokoro residence. More guests came into the house to welcome him home. President-elect addressed the crowd at his residence. He promised to hit the ground running after due consultations.
And administration, you said, is not run alone. You don't govern alone. You govern with people. You consult. Assemble. And then hit the ground running.
Member House of Representatives and Secretary of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, James Faleke, said the president-elect deserves the rousing welcome.
We're happy seeing him and very, very refreshed, ready to actualize the renewed hope which we used in campaign. For me, I think that the president-elect had time, so of course, to think over all the issues that we raised during the campaign and all the issues that are germane to Nigerians for the survival of this country.
It's a known fact that Asiwaju is the most popular politician in the whole of Nigeria. This is just what you can expect anytime Asiwaju is going anywhere. The natives of Nigeria are in tune with him. He's been in politics. He has served well. He has legacies. He has impacts. He has mentees. He has mentored. So you can easily find a rousing welcome around him any day and in any place.
Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, who spent 35 days in Paris on vacation after a rigorous presidential campaign, also used the trip to consult with some Nigerians in diaspora, as well as hold some strategic meetings that will foster the success of his administration. Ola Awakon, TVC News, Abuja.
Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri has commended the media, civil society organization, and security agents for their proactive responses during the controversial rerun election in the state. He admits the roles they played actually saved Adamawa State from unending crisis. Owola Biadenusi filed in this report.
This is the first stakeholders meeting to be held by Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri after his party's victory at the last Saturday governorship supplementary poll. The meeting is taking place few hours after President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu congratulated him for his election victory. Governor Fintiri is appreciating stakeholders for their immense contributions to his victory, pledging to continue working with them to deepen democracy in the country. He said since being elected and given certificate of return by INEC, his administration's priority is to develop the state. He said whichever way votes had gone, he remains the governor for all. He urged the stakeholders and the citizenry to put hands on deck and build a state that the unborn generation will be proud of.
And even members of the opposition that have joined us, with gratitude to Almighty Allah, I welcome each and every one of us for this victory celebration.
He uses the forum to instruct the immediate formation of a committee for his second term inauguration on May 29, 2023. The committee will be co-chaired by Secretary to the State Government, Malam Bashiru Ahmad, and Director General of the PDP Campaign Council, Barrister Awul Tukur.
I want to announce here that the SSG and the DG campaign organization should immediately form a committee for the swearing-in where the two of them will be co-chairmen.
The Director General PDP Campaign Council and other speakers thanked stakeholders for their support through the election period.
Adamawa is known for history. We are the first to have a flyover in the northeast. And I believe we are the first among the opposition that were single-handedly honored by the sitting president in a different political party.
Although the election is over, the state may take time to heal due to the crisis that broke out during the collation process. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has announced the suspension of the controversial state rep, who had earlier announced Aishatu Dahiru Binani as the winner of the polls.
The Christian Northern Nigeria Political Forum is calling on the national leadership of the All Progressives Congress to zone the position of the Speaker to the Northwest geopolitical zone and that of the Senate President to the South-South. The national coordinator of the group, Garba Muhammad, who congratulated the President-elect Bola Tinubu on his victory, also appealed to him to form a government of national unity. They also charged him to address the challenges of insecurity and give equal attention as well as appointments to all Nigerians irrespective of ethnic and religious affiliations. The group tasked members-elect of the House of Representatives to support Aminu Sani Jaji's quest to become Speaker of the 10th Legislative Assembly.
The next administration must respect federal character, principle as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution, and give equal attention, appointment to all Nigerians with no ethnic agenda or lopsidedness of any sort if we want a one Nigeria and to allay the fears and to believe in one Nigeria and move forward. CNPPF appeals to the leadership of the National Assembly to zone the Senate to the South-South geopolitical zone and the House of Representatives to the Northwest in view of the massive vote turnout.
And back here in Lagos, Indigenes of Ajiran community in a Tiosa local government area have embarked on a peaceful protest to demonstrate their displeasure over a decline in community development. The residents who protested within the community alleged unlawful sale of their lands. They also lamented poor shelter, lack of basic amenities, and social welfare for the aged and less privileged. They appealed to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to come to their rescue as a matter of urgency and provide basic amenities in the community.
We are protesting to call the attention of government on the high-handedness of our king, Oba Tijani Adetunji Akinloye, the Ojomo of Ajiran land, and his ally, Alhaji Yekini Bakari, the Balogun of Ajiran land. We want to call on government authorities to please come and save our soul. We've written series of letters to government agency for them to call their attention because we are law-abiding citizens and we don't want breakdown of law and order in our Ajiran community. We want the Lagos State government, the Commissioner of Police, the Inspector General of Police to call these two people into order for them to accede to the request of the Indigenes of Ajiran community.
In fact, we have a lot of problems with the community leaders. They are the king, and we have the vice to the king, Alhaji Yekini Bakari. In fact, we have been suffering for over 35 years ago. So we just plead to the Lagos State government that it should come and invite both of us and them together on the round table.
Now, the National Association of University Students has called on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, do everything possible to bring back all Nigerian students schooling in Sudan. Helen Osamede Kings has more on this.
The crisis which erupted in Khartoum between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary rapid support forces over control of the troubled country have left many Nigerian students stranded. In the wake of the crisis, the federal government encouraged Nigerian students in Sudan to remain indoors while it makes efforts for their safe evacuation from the country. Solidarity forever. But these students body want the government to be more urgent with its evacuation plans, as Nigerian students are now stranded amid a rapidly deteriorating situation.
Our students are stranded and need the help of the federal government more than ever.
The federal government should be very proactive and then bring back our students. Let's know that our students are safe right here, so that if anything wants to happen over there, then it will not affect any of our students. And if it's not going to happen, probably, then they can return them back to continue with their education academics.
The students' body is worried about the recent killings reported in some university campuses in Nigeria and calls on the Inspector General of Police to investigate and bring the perpetrators to book.
Condemn in strong terms the recent killings in our campuses. On the 18th of January 2023, a student of Unizik was shot dead at his residence. On Monday, 3rd April 2023, a final year student of the University of Benin was shot dead by unknown gunmen at the school hostel inside the campus. Few weeks back, a student was beaten to death by some officials of the Student Union government of Bafemi Awolowo University Ife for stealing a phone.
With less than a month to the inauguration of a new government, the students seek to be represented in the Federal Executive Council in the new administration. For a country to move forward, the input of the youth and students is paramount. This is why they call on the president-elect to consider their request, as it will bring joy to the students' community. Helen Osamide Kings, TVC News, Abuja.